Hello there. How you all doing? Everybody know what time it is? Story time. Get relaxed, get ready, get caffeinated. Because here we go. So today, what we're talking about is something that I'm sure that you have gotten too much of it in the last 2 months. So what we're talking about today is alone time. So if you're someone that lives on your own, maybe this video will be beneficial to you. And if you're not someone who lives on their own and lives with a lot of people, this could be a value of you too. So we'll see. So what are the benefits of alone time? Well, first, that all depends on your personality type. So the enjoyment level you get from alone time depends if you are an extrovert or you are an introvert. What's the difference? A common misconception that you hear all the time is that, oh, an introvert, that's someone who doesn't talk a lot. Oh, an extrovert, that's someone who just talks all the time. Wrong. An introvert is someone who gains their energy by being alone. You can be a very, very social introvert. An extrovert is someone who gains their energy by socializing. Extroverts actually lose energy and have a difficult time and get very anxious and restless when they have too much alone time. But by nature, as human beings, we are social creatures. We are tribalistic, so we need to socialize. Whether you're an extrovert or an introvert, we need to socialize. But it all depends on varying degrees of how we do and how we gain our energy doing that. For me, for example, I am an introvert. I do two jobs that I do that involve a lot of interacting with other people all day. So when I get home at the end of the day, I'm tired. So if I have a day where I'm working all day, I'm interacting with kids, if I'm doing consults all day, and then I have a friend of mine, and texting me and say, hey, let's go to the bar, let's go to the club tonight. Oh, it's happy hour, it's 5 o'clock, let's go have a drink. Depending on my mood, depending on the kind of day I have, I may say yes, but I have to be in a really, really good mood and had a really good day for me to say yes after a long day of socializing with others. When I socialize all day and I go home to my apartment, to myself, it's an absolutely wonderful feeling. And I'm sure some of you can relate to that. And that's when, for me, or I value the alone time the best. Is after a long day of interacting and I come home and I can just watch my shows, or I can just read, or if I can cook dinner and listen to music on my own, or listen to a podcast, fantastic. That's my alone time and it feels wonderful. However, if you're someone who has great difficulty doing that, if you're someone who's highly extroverted and has a really difficult time letting that interaction go and going home and knowing that at certain points during the day you kind of just gotta stop the interaction and let people go and be on your own, that's hard. That's hard. I think what would help a lot in that situation is getting a pet, getting a cat or a dog. So you still Yeah, get a cat or a dog. Don't get a fish. Don't do fish. So some people have, no offense to people who have fish as a pet, but I mean, what do you do with them? But get a cat or a dog. That way you still have that interaction. I have a cat. She's sitting right there on my bed right now. And I can come home after a long day and I can appreciate that alone time with her. That I know for extroverts it can be very challenging because you need that constant stimulation. Now you think of being an extrovert and being an introvert is it's a spectrum. If you're too far on one side of an introverted scale and too far on one side of an extroverted scale, you're not going to be a functional human being in society. If you're too far off in the introverted side, you're not going to be able to leave the house. You're going to walk out the door and a car honking at another car is going to overstimulate you and you're going to freak out and run right back into the house. If you are too far in the extroverted side, things like getting involved in drugs, in alcohol, overexposing yourself into bars and clubs, maybe having very unhealthy living habits, taking too many risks could be a factor in being overly extroverted. And getting that alone time and being calm and being quiet at the end of the day is uncomfortable and very unsettling for them. But it's important. You got to be able to balance both. And the healthiest part to be is kind of a healthy balance of being extroverted and introverted right in the middle, where you value and you enjoy your interactions with others, you're very sociable, you have good relationships with your friends, with your family, but you all can also come home at a long day and value and appreciate alone time. Sitting and playing a video game, reading a book. That balance between the two, that middle ground, is exactly where you want to be. Yeah, being alone means that you're going to be a lot of bit in your head. Being overly exposed of being in your own head isn't good. Getting a little bit is okay too. You got to have that healthy balance of both. But it all depends on who you are. You got to get a little bit of alone time. On that note, guys, thank you for watching. If you like this video and there's a value to you, smash the like button and subscribe, and I will see all you in another life. Have a great time. Bye.